Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Betsy is looking a little bit different today because, well, she's got to have some surgery done to her. It's been a long time coming, and I'm going to pull the motor out of this. Hopefully it won't be too hard to take this apart, but that's what we got to do, you know. And I'd rather do it now. Wintertime is coming and we're going to start getting a lot of rain and everything, so hopefully this won't take, I'm not down for too long doing it this way. I was on a job Saturday and just started grinding, and I did about 3 or 4 swipes, and the thing just started acting weird on it. The motor started just losing horsepower, and then it started ticking, and then it went to knocking, and then I shut it off, and then it just psh. It was like, well, that's it, Betsy, you done gave out on me. So yeah, so now I'm going to I'll bring the skid steer around here, hook a chain, I'm going to drag it out and pressure wash it right there, and then I'll drag it back in, and then we'll start disassemble it. And then I'm going to go through the whole thing. If I got any hoses that I need to replace, I'm going to replace the hoses. We're going to take the tank off of it. I'm going to replace any of the filters, everything. And somebody might say, well, why are you spending this kind of money on this machine? What's the big deal about this grinder, you know, that can't you just go buy another one? Well, I particularly like this machine. I just think it's a good setup. I think it's a good horsepower. I think it's, you know, I've had a couple in the past and been around some other machines, and this particular is just set up the way I like it. It's not like, it's got enough horsepower to do a big stump, and it's got, it can maneuver very well, and I like it. I don't want a remote control. I won't be able to throttle it up, and I want to be able to, if I hit something, I can feel it. I mean, I'm just old school, I guess. That's what I like. And somebody said, well, you know, what about the cost? Well, even if this was $12,000, whatever, to get this repaired, it's still well worth it to me. I've had this machine, and I bet you I've probably made $500,000 off this machine, plus the investments I made off of it too. It's a great investment. I gave $20,000 for it back in 2011, and I've run it for, I did one job one time for $2,700 in one day. I mean, you know, if you do it day in and day out, where you do good job, you know, $1,000 a day, or, you know, $300 or $400 a day, you're doing really, I mean, it don't take long to recoup. And then the other thing is, I invested the money, the profit that I made off of this, I put it in the stock market and almost made double of that. So you can't, I cannot believe, I mean, even if it was 20 grand to rebuild this, I'd still do this. I don't think it's going to be 20,000, but even if it was, I'd still do it. Crank up the skid steer, bring it around, get it with a chain, and then drag it out. Alright guys, I got that pressure washed. Now I'm going to let it dry for a minute, I guess, and then drag her on into the shop. Hopefully I don't flip it going in. right, let the fun begin. Fixing to drop the oil pan to check the bottom half of the engine. We got all the bolts out of it. Oh, that's not supposed to be like it.
No, sir. No, sir. That is bearing material. See all that shiny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're gold digging, but we're not gold digging.
Oh, no, we're gold digging. We're gold digging. Oh, yeah. Big pieces. Yeah. You did a good one on that one.
Yeah. He always says, if you're going to do it,
Do it right.
do it right.
Never half-ass it.
Nope.
After it's been beat off, that's why it won't turn over. Weld itself to the crank.